Hi everybody, it's Carrie Ann from Stampin' on the Bright Side, and I'm just going to show you a quick and easy 3D project for 3D Thursday. I want to go ahead and get started. Using our in colors that are going out at the end of this fiscal year. So starting in June, you will not be able to get these colors anymore, and they are our 2018 to 2020 in colors. So Lovely Lipstick, Pineapple Punch, Grapefruit Grove, Call Me Clover, and Blueberry Bushel. Really pretty, super pretty colors. We have them in stamp pads, we have them in markers, we have them in cardstock, designer series paper. This is the cardstock again, and then these are my Whisper White pieces. I used, let me see if I can find my, here we go. I used the nesting squares dies. Actually, this is stitched squares. Sorry, this is the stitched shapes for the Whisper White, and then I used the layering squares to get this pretty scallop. Okay, and I'm just doing tone on tone today, and I'm going to be using the Witticisms cling stamp set. The other day I made this project on a Facebook Live, so if you saw that, I used the, let me find it, So Sentimental. I used Yummylicious. And I'm probably going to do a combination of these. These are treats for the staff and teachers and staff of the school that I work at. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me set this aside. I went ahead and cut everything pretty much and scored everything except for this piece of Grapefruit Grove. I figured I would just show you how to do that real quick. And let me set those aside. I will lose them. Get all my pieces laid out. I'm going to move a little quickly because I want to do all 5 of these to show you how easy it is. So what you do is you cut your cardstock at, this is 6.5 by 3.5, and then you're going to score it. I'm going to use my Simply Scored. Get it down here where you can see it. Let me move this a little bit. Move this a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm going to score it on either side. So this is one that I did actually a while back, like this, but I resized it because the candy was kind of a really tight fit. So I just added, I think I added a 1/2 inch and a 1/4 inch. So the portrait way, you just do a 1/2 inch on each side. So 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. Landscape, you're going to do 2.5, 5, and 6. Okay. And since I have this one here, I'll just go ahead and start with it. I'm going to fold and burnish the edges. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of my colors. I'm not quite, so I'm fairly tech savvy, but not where it comes to videoing. I have not really mastered the art of the fast forward yet. I'll work on that when things slow down a little bit. Maybe when school gets out, I'll have time to really think about it. There really just isn't time right now. But I will do it. That way you don't have to sit here and watch me do so much boring stuff, but I guess I could talk while I'm doing this. So well, how's the weather out there? No, just kidding. So the retirement list was posted today, and I have not even had time to use it. I literally just came in from working. I had to do, I tutored a little bit on Zoom, and then I did, I worked on video tutorials for assignments for kids that are struggling, and, or just anybody really. Parents that are struggling can watch them also. Put them into my Teams page so it's easy for them to find, and on stream. And then I created a YouTube channel on Monday for people that need that to be the way that they access it. There is a little bit of a mess up here. My little scoring tool kind of went off to the side a little bit. I'm just going to let it go and not worry about it. A lot of times these get thrown away anyway, and it's not going to really take away from the cuteness. That is going to be the back anyhow, so it only really shows right there. I'm not going to really worry about it. Okay, so what you do is you're going to cut So this is the end that had the scoring at, this is 5 and 6. So you have this extra little fold here. You're going to cut this little piece here off on either side. And actually, I should have nicked it a little bit on this side and angled it. Go ahead and do that because it folds better that way. I'm going to go ahead and nick this end, or louver it, or whatever you call it. All right, and then I'm going to go in like I'm cutting a grilled cheese sandwich, and I'm going to come just a little bit more past that. So like you're cutting triangles. So imagining a square grilled cheese sandwich, go a little bit further. Not a lot further, but just a little bit. And do that on each side. You may have to experiment with a couple of these until you get the cuts right. The first one that I made, I cut way too deep. The next one was way too shallow. And that's just kind of how it works. I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of these. So I'm going to move a little faster. And so anyway, the retirement list was posted. I have not had a chance to look at it. So I figure I'm doing my live in a little while. So probably what I'll do is I'll have my Kindle or something. I just heard thunder. Please, no thunder. I want to go live. I worked all day long for my students with the thought in the back of my mind, like, I'm tired, I love doing this, and I miss them so much, but I just have to get through so they'll have what they need, and then I can play with my paper. So I need there not to be a thunderstorm messing with my internet. Our internet is already just very questionable lately. I don't know what's going on. It was already bad, not like it used to be before. I want to say the lockdown. We're not really locked down. It feels like a lockdown. I mean, I know it's necessary, and I know people are getting really angry about it. I know there's a lot of issues, a lot of pushback. Unemployment has been a huge issue. People are not getting their unemployment checks like they should. I don't understand what the issue is. They really need to fix that. It's not right. Shut down the economy and then make it so people can't pay their bills. That's not fair. People are trying to do the right thing, and you just can't do that to them. So anyway, the internet before all this was already starting to act up, and my husband and I were kind of questioning, like, what is happening? We're not watching more Netflix than we did before. We're not going online more than we did before. And actually we were doing a little bit less because we had gone camping a couple of times. We had gone down to the bay to go, well, I say go fishing. He didn't take his cast net with him, but I took lots of pictures. So just kind of walk around or whatever. And so he's been working up at the shop a lot lately, and I've been going out to go running and training because I had a marathon right before they shut everything down and started canceling races. I had a marathon, but it was a trail marathon. So, and I really barely saw anybody the entire time. Honestly, there was a lot of isolation going on. It was on a mountain. So, but anyway, we had noticed, even with us not being here during those times, I shouldn't have been slowing down our internet for, you know, that how you get to like a certain amount of data used, or however they do it, and then they slow you down. Well, that's been happening with AT&T has been doing that, even without us meeting our threshold. And also CenturyLink is our internet, and I don't understand what's happening, but it has really just gotten worse when it really should have been. It should have gotten better. There should have been something put in place to help with that, because, you know, everybody's now online. Most everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people, a lot more, are doing a lot of schoolwork, and the same thing. I wouldn't say it's necessarily worse. I wanted to indent that anyway. I hope I did that on all of them. So anyway, sorry, I'm just very chatty today. And I really should just be doing a quick instructional video, and we're already 9 minutes in, but that's okay. We're almost done. So let me do this, because this really does not take very long once you get this part going. And I'm going to use my snail. I love to use the liquid glue typically, but I'm going to use my snail for the sake of time. It just will go faster that way. All right, let me clear this. Okay. And so this is up. So I'm going to get my snail out, and I will need dimensionals. So I'll get those out. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to adhere our paper. This is the patterned paper. This is last year's design with these colors. There is another design, and that design is leaving as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this one down. And then, did I pop everything? I think I did. So I'm just going to lay these down. And then I'm going to stamp really quick. And you'll see I was at 9 minutes and 19 seconds. I've only gone a little over a minute since then. You'll see how quickly these will come together once you get the big part done. Once you get all the cutting and the scoring and the trimming done. It's just basically they just come together. I love Blueberry Bushel. I hope this one revisits. Sometimes they redo the ink family, the ink colors. I think that would make a beautiful bright. I just don't know what color they should sacrifice. And I don't want to look right now because I want to get this video done. It takes like 3 hours to upload on YouTube. And I really would like to get this out there for tomorrow. Okay. I was originally going to use this polka dotted side. I mean, really, I cut this particular sheet of paper with that in mind. And I wasn't in love with it. And so I just flipped it over on a whim. And it was like, oh, there it is. Okay. So now quickly, I'm going to stamp and clean. So I've got to find my chamois. And I think it's still a little moist, but not quite as much as I'd like it to be. So I brought my squirt bottle that I use on the cat. Please, no calls to PETA. I don't hit him hard with it. Oops. It's just a light little spattering. And actually, I don't even have to squirt him anymore. Honestly, I just have to pull the bottle out and say, I will squirt your butt. And then he just runs. Not very far, because he's not really that scared of it. He knows I'm not going to hit him hard with it. He's just so cute. I can't be mean to him. He's just a doll baby. All right, so I'm going to, I need a piece of paper, like scratch paper. All right, so here's the layout. So I'm just going to use this, and I'm just going to use this to kind of dry when I go to clean the stamp between ink colors. I'm going to dry it on the paper so I can go straight to the next color. Okay, so Blueberry Bushel, talk about awesome. Yep. Yes. Oh, love it. So stinking cute. Let that dry. Okay, next color. Call Me Clover. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to keep everything in the shot except my belly. Okay. And the next one is Grapefruit Grove. Grapefruit Grove is kind of the same color as the stamp, so it was kind of hard to tell if I had it. Hopefully I didn't over ink it. Nope, perfect. Alright. This one I really did not think was going to work, and I was very shocked to find out because, I mean, it's such a light, it seems like a light color when you look at the picture, or not the picture, but the color on the case. And then, and when you look at the paper, it's just like, oh, the ink's not going to show up really well. But it really is. They don't sell anything that's junk. Honestly, they don't. They had some trouble with one of the ink pads acting. That's a little bit low, but I guess I could do it on this side. This is the rough side, but we'll just do it. It won't matter that much. Okay, that's better. And I think it still looks okay. I mean, it's kind of, this is the raised rough part, but I still think it's fine. All right, and then Lovely Lipstick. And we're at 14 minutes. Oh no, it's been 5 minutes. That did take a little longer than I thought it would, but it's still not bad. Because we really are almost there. All right, I have one more thing to do with the base that won't take long, but it is a necessity. You need to have a corner rounder. If it's one of ours, that would be great. We have a really great corner rounder. We have a triple detail punch. I just got Lovely Lipstick all over me. Not so lovely when it gets on your fingers and then gets all over your project. Oh, I didn't clean this stamp. Okay, hang on. Okay, now we got it. Okay, so once again, I'm going to use my snail for the sake of time. I'm just going to pop these over and snail them. And I'm just going to snail all of, whoops, snail all of them. And then, well, I know this one's yellow, so I know I can just put that right on there. Okay, it goes right almost to the edge. Perfect. And lovely lipstick. Okay, this is Call Me Clover. So last chance to buy these. And listen, they will sell out. They will go fast. So if there's a color that you're in love with and you need to have it, you need to get it now. Hoard it up. I did that with, oh my gosh, what color was it? I cannot remember what color that was. I will find it. Hang on just a second. Oh, I've got stuff all over my paper bottle. Well, you know what? I'll just put it in a different video. But I did have a color that I was absolutely in love with and just could not let it go. I still use it for projects. All right. I'm going to dimensional these on. And I have one, like I said, I have one more thing I have to do with the bases that I didn't do, meant to. And we're going to corner around the flap that's going to get tucked in. If we don't do that, it's harder to tuck the flap in. It really is worth it to do it. Okay. Just trying to make sure I have everything in the shot. I have a tendency to kind of bring things closer to my body, and then you can't really see them. Okay, before I adhere those, I want to go ahead and use my R Detailed Trio punch and round these corners. It gives a more professional and finished edge, and it really helps it to tuck in a little bit better. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do all of them. Let's just do that. Okay. Okay, so I know this is taking, it normally takes me like 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes or so to do a project on video. I'm trying to really streamline that and go faster. I'm very chatty and I slow down when I talk. But really this has only taken 17 minutes, 45 seconds to do 5 different projects. Although, honestly, I did do some of the work beforehand, but it didn't take me that long to do that. Okay, I want to make sure these are facing the right direction. So, let's pull off the backings and put this little guy on there. Yay. Love it. This is probably one of my favorite projects. I got this, so I was watching YouTube one night and I found this project on YouTube from another demonstrator. It's a genius idea. Hers were big enough to put tea bags in. I just downsized them a little bit, and then I had downsized it a little too much. I was hoping to have it to where you could just use a 6x6 sheet of paper, but they really did need to be just a tiny bit bigger for the Ghirardelli chocolates to fit. And I think I'm going to rethink the idea to elongate them so that like a Hershey's, like thin them out and elongate them. So Hershey's, Kit Kats, like the little fun sized thin candy bars like that will fit. That will be something I work on in the future too, for another 3D Thursday. I love 3D projects. Okay, so now what you do is you put your candy in here, which I don't have a piece of candy out right now, do I? I don't think I do. Hang on, I do. Okay, so you can make a card to put here. You could put a piece of Whisper White cardstock here and write something on it, stamp a little something cute on it. But then you would just put this right here, fold this down, and when you fold this up, put your flap in. This needs to lay flat. Okay. And then if it doesn't want to stay for whatever reason, you can tie ribbon around it. Okay. And then you have this little tent. Isn't that so cute? And so you do that with all of them. I'm going to go ahead and fold them up. I'm not going to put candy in each one because that would take forever. The more of them you do, the better you get at them. I'm hoping. We'll see. Okay. Ooh, that one didn't want to cooperate. And then you also, the more of them you do, the more comfortable you get with where to cut up along the edge in that groove. You don't want too big of a groove. You might be tempted to cut off too much, and then the flap won't stay. Okay, there they are. And so I'll show you the ones that I made last week. Same colors, just a different design. So talk about awesome. If you can still see those, let's line all them up. Okay, and then I did Yummylicious. I feel like I'm playing the shell game. All right, this one wouldn't stay closed, so I did put the ribbon on it. And we have this really pretty polka dot tulle ribbon. I've bought tons of it. If it's on the retired list, I'll be honest, I'm gonna buy like 20 of these. I'm gonna just buy them until they're gone. I love them. I love this so much. So versatile, so cute. Honestly, it probably will go on the retirement list. Most ribbons do not carry over, as far in my experience. So anyway, so thank you for coming. Go to my blog. Stampin' on the Bright Side, and my shopping page is carrieannkinky.stampinup.net, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.